Hello guys, welcome to another wonderful video. In today's video, we are looking at these are linear graphs, okay? Linear equations. We are asked to find the slope and the x and y intercept of each of these equations, okay? So let's start with the slope. All we have to do here is to write, if there is any equation here that is not in slope-intercept form, we need to write it. And the general equation for slope-intercept form is y equals to mx plus c, okay? Where y is the equation, the line of equation, okay? M here represents the slope, and c, which is the constant here, represents the y-intercept, okay? So that's for the y-intercept, this one, okay? The y-intercept. For us to find the x-intercept, we have to make what? Y 0, and then we solve for x. Easy, okay? So let's start. Now look at this, compare. And one thing again you should always do, make sure the coefficient of y is 1, okay? So if you have any number here, divide it first, as the first thing. So now if you compare this, y cancel y, you compare these two, you have, for the first one, minus 3 over 2, x equals to mx. And remember I told you this is the slope. So if this and this cancel, therefore here your slope becomes minus 3 over 2. Okay? The rise over run. Okay? So that's the first one. So that's so now here the y-intercept, which is c, for the first one is what? Is minus 3. How do we get the x-intercept? We substitute 0 to this one. So if y is 0 from this equation, this becomes minus 3 over 2x plus minus 3, right? That's what you are going to have. Now what do you do here? Multiply throughout by 2. This becomes 0 multiplied by 2 equals to, this is minus 3 over 2x. Then you multiply this one by 2 minus 3 times 2. Okay? Now this and this cancel because I want to get rid of this, which is why I told you just multiply throughout by 2. So this becomes 0 equals to, this now is minus 3x, and this becomes minus 6. Okay? Now what do? You bring this one, this becomes 0 plus 6 equals to minus 3x. This is 6 equals to minus 3x. Divide both sides by 3. Minus 3, here again by minus 3. This and this goes to my x equals to minus 2. Okay? So that is the x-intercept of this equation. Okay? So for the first one. Now, let's do the second one. Let's do the second one. So let's do the second one. So for the second one again, this y is same as y. Mx we compare. So we have here minus 4 over 5 x plus 1 equals to mx plus c. Okay? So if you compare this and this, so your m here becomes again minus 4 over 5. And that is your slope. Okay? Now the y-intercept, c, is equals to 1. So that's the y-intercept. Now the x-intercept, remember, so you have 0 equals to minus 4 over 5 x plus 1, right? Do the same thing. You have the denominator here is 5. Multiply it throughout by 5. So this becomes 0 if you multiply it by 5. Here now, because you are going to multiply by 5, you have minus 4 over 5 multiplied by x, then multiply by this 5, which is the 5 you have to multiply throughout. Then this 1 multiplied by 5 gives you just 5, right? This and this cancels. So you are left with 0 equals to minus 4x plus 5. If you bring this one, becomes 0 minus 5 equals to minus 4x. You are transposing. This becomes minus 5 equals to minus 4x. This and this cancel. So here your x becomes 5 over 4. Okay? 5 over 4 is your x-intercept. Okay? Easy. Now let's look at the next one. And you are going to do the last one, okay? You try the last one. So now, this one says 2y minus this. You have 2y equals to x plus 2. The first thing you have to do here is to transform this to slope-intercept form, okay? So we divide here by 2, here by 2, this by 2, this and this goes. So my y becomes half x plus 1. Now you compare this to this one. So therefore, your m is equals to half, right? And your c, which is the y-intercept, is 1. If you want to find x, you give this one 0 equals to, here becomes half multiplied by x, then you multiply this by 2, right? You multiply 2 out by 2, then plus 1 multiplied by 2 gives you 2. And 0 multiplied by 2 is just 0. So this and this cancel, this becomes 0 equals to, this is x plus 2. Okay? If it's transposed, this becomes 0 minus 2 equals to x. So therefore, your x here becomes minus 2, which is the x-intercept. Okay? So now, try this one. In our next video, same question, we are going to see how we plot these graphs without giving any values for x or whatsoever, but we can still plot these graphs. Okay? See you in that video. Bye bye for now.